Shalom. First and foremost, before we get things started, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rechah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishop of Great Mill Stone, teaching this truth in sincerity, and to the hopeful elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, and to the Aqua that are listening, to you, I say Shalom. This is your brother Yashtamai of the GMS Memphis camp coming to you with another word of the day lesson. And our first precept is Genesis 6 and 4. There were giants in the day, or should I say, there were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of the Most High came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, and what? Men of renown. And what gave me the inspiration to do this lesson was the word renown. Okay. And the Hebrew word for renown is sham. Okay. Outline biblical usage, which we were speaking here, is what upon what reputation, fame, glory. And let's also get that in the Google, okay,
Renown.
which in this reference meaning renown is a noun that means what? The state of being widely known, okay? Or what? Respect of reputation and acclaim for one's achievement or quality. In this reference here, we just speaking on the reference of reputation that the prophets, had among, Israel, okay? This would made them renowned, okay? And I gotta show you what I did also in the AI mode. As a matter of fact, let's go to that now before we actually get into the lesson. Where I did a Google search on what? Like this one here. I said, who are the most renowned men of the 21st century? And as you can see here, you have what? Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel, OB. These are men today that are men of renown in this kingdom here, okay? As you can see, these are the men of today, and also what the wicked of today, all right? Now, we're going to be speaking into the reference of, like this one here, I did an AI overview, or shall I say mode on, who are the renowned men of the Bible. And as you can see right here, Genesis 6 and 4, which we're going to speak in reference on. And as it says, or as you can see, what renowned men are what? Faith and action. Okay? With what? Abraham, Moses, David, Noah. You see what I'm saying? He was known what? For being a righteous man who what? Walked with the Most High and was preserved what? Through the flood. Elijah, a prophet known for what? His courage in being what? Taken to heaven, what? In a whirlwind. And you see the list goes on. Daniel for what? His wisdom and courage when he living in Babylon. And Joseph, who was a dreamer, but hey, he brought salvation to his people in Egypt with, the help of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And like you see, Paul, Peter, the list goes on and on and on. Okay? So let's get back to the lesson. Salakia. We were too fast. Okay, Genesis 6 and 4. For there were giants in the earth in those days. Giants basically mean noble men, skillful men, men of good reputation that were well known, renowned, okay? And also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, with men having sex, being intimate with them, okay? And they what? Bare children to them, the same what became mighty men, which were what? Men of renown, as we said, a men of good stature, good reputation, okay? Like I said, we had a lot of them in Israel from the beginning, from Adam all the way to where we at now, us being out there on the highways and byways. But I pray Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai that we be those men. Okay. Now let's go to our next precept, which is in Sirach. We're gonna go to Sirach 39. And 1. I'm gonna start from the top. It says Sirach 39 and 1. This also is going into renowned men, okay? But he that would giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, mean focus and meditate upon the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and what is occupied in the meditation through these scriptures, okay? We have to meditate constantly, day and night, through the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and what will seek out wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecy, which we are doing even to this day. You know, all of us that are out on the highways and byways, we're being occupied in prophecy, but we're remembering what our forefathers had done also too. Like I said, the water Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai for all the prophets that came before us that have given us, well, with the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, that we learning from them how to complete the task that needs to be done today. That's why I pray Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai that we be those men of old, speaking in the spirit, okay? All right? That even give you a good example, Yahweh Shai himself, everybody knows he was Adam. He was the first spirit created, okay? And then he became, say, Isaac, and then Solomon. And Solomon would rule for 40 years as the great renowned king amongst the people of Israel. Okay? All right, let's go to verse 2. And what? He will keep the sayings, what, of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also. Okay? And that's what we're doing, say, even today. We're taking what we learn from the scriptures through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, placing that spirit upon us to be just like our forefathers that was it back in the day, preaching and ministering unto the people, okay? And the same thing that they went through, we're going through the same thing today. But through this word, we stay fighting strong daily and daily, in and out, in season and out of season, to make it known unto our people of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And through this, say a lot of us have gained respect because we are bringing our people back unto the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Which brings me to my last precept, which is First Maccabees 2 and 51. And it said, what? First Maccabees 2 and 51. What? Call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time. And that's what we're doing every day when we study, read, and meditate upon the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We're remembering what our forefathers did back then to continue the word, and what? So shall ye receive great honor and everlasting name, which we pray Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai that we're going to be well rewarded say, we pray that no man take our crown, because we're constantly going through day and night, making sure the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai gets out onto the four corners of the earth, and preaching and ministering unto our people. Okay. And the water Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai for our Father the bowl, for we're continuing the mission and task all the way until even in the kingdom, when Yahweh Shai returns and brings the government unto his people, and King David and the 144,000 judges. Man, it's going to be a beautiful thing in the kingdom when righteousness is being ruled. And I want to say thank you, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, for all things that you have let the apostles and elders teach us. For in closing, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishop of Great Millstone, and to the hopeful elect. Until next time, Shalom.